All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Ryunn Eldred, and I'm here with my co-host, Razgriz, the Bossy Fossy. Oh, that's what I forgot. I put Rozzy the Bossy Fossy. I fucked up my own joke. I'm disappointed. Starting over. Hello, everybody. My name is Ryunn Eldred, and I'm here with my co-host for the R&R podcast, Razgriz, the BossFoss, and we are accompanied today by our special guest host. It's your boy Chris. So we are doing part 2 to the summer game show or summer game festival. Game show and game festival are two different events. Um, we are here to talk about the actual announcements and everything that was made. If you guys missed the last podcast episode in which we talked about what we predicted was coming true, did some of our predictions come true? I think
Uh,
we had like a couple that
a
were kind of,
couple, but I mean, it was more of a things that we kind of suspected were going to be talked about.
and we did have some kind of vague answers for that because I know I said something Gears of War related, in which we did get something Gears of War related that we will talk about. Um, we're gonna do the small talk portion real quick. My day's been shitty. My cat died, but how are you guys doing today?
I'm okay. I'm just enjoying another day of vacation.
That's good.
Since my work is currently taking a couple months off, I am decent. I'm also packing and preparing to move. So the fact that I got my computer set back up just for the podcast should make you feel special.
It makes me feel honestly very special, and I appreciate it because these episodes would not be the same without you. And that is me speaking honestly.
Sorry,
Um,
I just now read Chris's name.
I was waiting to see how long it would take before somebody said something, and I'm really glad. All right.
What's my name?
You're bitch 3,
Oh,
but we love you.
okay. Thanks.
You're welcome. I just shared with you guys in the group chat before we jump into the thick of conversation here, and I am sharing some more screenshots that I have to the group chat of some of the stuff that was announced so that way we all have a little bit of a reference cuz a
Yeah, I'm
lot of
pulling.
things
I have the Summer Game Fest, but
I also do have the PlayStation showcase pulled up as well cuz I know the day we did episode 1 they were literally doing the showcase either that day or the next day.
yeah,
And yeah, that's the full State of Decay recap, right? Or not State of Decay, State of Play recap. Sorry, I was reading two things at one time. But as I was saying, we let's jump into the PlayStation Showcase because that was the first show that was brought up, and let's talk about the games that we are excited for. We're not going to touch base on every single last thing that they showed at all the showcases. We're just going to sit here and focus about the things that we are most excited and hyped for. So I won't start first. Whoever wants to talk about things that were announced at the PlayStation Showcase, feel free to talk about what you were excited for.
Well, I was pretty. I'm really excited for the Indiana the Jones game to be coming out, and you said that it was being made by Bethesda, which I thought was really cool. Or the people that made
Published. It's being
oh,
published published
published.
by
Okay,
Bethesda, made by Machine Games, who are
yeah,
the beautiful minds behind both Doom and Wolfenstein.
yeah, that game looked really good because we sat here and watched the gameplay, and it was more cinematic than anything, but it did show kind of little snippets of how what to expect. So, and
I
it looks
really,
really good.
really love the fact that Troy Baker does a spot on like young Harrison Ford impression.
Yeah,
Because it's not
yeah,
Harrison Ford that voices Indiana Jones in the game. It is Troy Baker, who is an outstanding, just purely remarkable voice actor. and I am very excited to hear his performance as the great Indiana Jones. As a huge Indiana Jones fan, I mean, I have my Indiana Jones jacket like right there off of camera. I'm a huge freaking fan. For the PlayStation Showcase, which was the first showcase, I myself am really excited for the Silent Hill 2 remake. They showed off the gameplay. They had another cinematic trailer and then they showed off a gameplay section of it. Both look very beautiful, very reminiscent of the original like PS2 Silent Hill 2. I'm really excited to jump into that game and get scared all over by stuff I already know. Until Dawn got a announcement that they are remaking Until Dawn, which I am personally excited for. And
That
it
one
looks
I actually think I
amazing.
already knew. I think they had talked about that one before, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, same with Silent Hill 2. They announced Silent Hill 2 like a few years ago. But both get are I don't know if Until Dawn's coming out this year, but I know Silent Hill 2 releases here in a couple months. And then they're going to be working on Silent Hill F and then Return to Silent Hill and a lot of Silent Hill projects in the works. Looking at the list of PlayStation Showcase stuff here, I'm personally not excited for it, but I know a lot of people really love the Monster Hunter Wild or the Monster Hunter series. I fall in and out of it too much to really kind of care, but I guess this is the first one that's going to be cross-platform, which is actually kind of exciting and holds some interest because I know Whiskey and Bry, he plays it on PlayStation, so I know one of the things that stops me from playing the game with him is the console jump.
Right.
And then I guess the other really big announcement for the PlayStation Showcase is Ghost of Tsushima, if it's not already, and God of War Ragnarok are both moving to PC.
You're right.
So to jump into the section of game show stuff. Oh yeah, I guess there's also Alien Rogue Incursion, which was announced, which is a Aliens VR PlayStation VR game. And that looked really good because I'm a fan of the Alien franchise and honestly anything in VR to get myself scared shitless is just amazing. But let's move on to the actual Summer Game Festival showcases for Microsoft and all that. David, I would like you to take the reins and start us
So,
off for that.
Summer Game Fest, I thankfully was able to actually watch it. And what I've been doing this entire time that you've been talking about the PlayStation Showcase, which there was a few things during the PlayStation Showcase I am excited about, but I do think we did touch base on.
Yeah, because
So
during the first episode, they did have, I remember now that they did have like the announcements made during the recording of that podcast. And I think we did kind of touch base on it in that episode.
yeah. So Summer Game Fest, honestly, going in, had no idea what they were going to talk about. But very quick list of some of the games that, or in one case, I think it's a DLC, but some of the things that they touch base on that I'm like, you know what, I'm kind of excited about. The first one is the Lego Horizon Adventures.
Yeah.
They started off with that, which really came out of left field. Was not expecting that. I was thinking it might have been like a Lego PlayStation, like All Stars kind of thing, where it was, oh yeah, we got Alloy and we got Kratos, the Lego versions of them, but it's specifically a Horizon game, which is pretty cool to me.
Pretty cool. Which have you played? You played the Horizon games, yeah?
I'm going through the first one right now, but I
Same.
technically own all of them. And then I also I made some progress on the VR one. Yes.
Sorry,
You
I had a power flicker just now.
Oh. You want
Yeah.
to stop for a minute to save the recording, or?
Nope, we're good. I live life on the edge, all right? Fly by the seat of my pants.
So
Seam of my pants. You know what I meant.
second game that they had talked about that I thought was pretty cool. And by the way, this is in not necessarily every game that they announced, but this is in the order that they were announced that I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. Is No More Room in Hell 2,
Yes. Oh my god.
which
Thank you.
immediately I'm like, this sounds exactly like something we would all be playing together. I don't remember if it said it was an Xbox game.
It is an Xbox game, and I believe it is a 2-player co-op, if I remember hearing it right. 8?
Yeah. I still have it pulled, like the actual like list of the things, so give me a sec. What they specifically said,
Might be thinking of a different game then. I do know which one you're talking about because it's the like the really realistic zombie game.
No More Room in Hell 2 is an 8-player horror experience currently in development by Torn Banner Studios with an expected release on Halloween 2024. The game is an intense permadeath co-op journey into eerie zombie-filled zones. As a first responder, it'll be up to you to survive, scavenge, stockpile, and fulfill your mission and do it all over again as each experience changes.
We
It's
are
PC.
definitely. It's only PC.
Expected on Steam and Epic Game Stores.
We'll still play it. We'll find a way. That GoFundMe's gonna pop off.
Right. The next game that comes up is Cuff Bust.
I'm trying to remember. I don't remember that one.
So Cuff Bust, and again, I'm reading off of this article, so it's not my exact words, but it's from the creator of Choo Choo Charles.
That's the train spider game, right?
Yeah.
That one was really good.
So this game is expected to have 20-person lobbies, and you're breaking out of prison with your friends. You have to equip tools, evade the guards, and try to execute your plan to get out of jail. Sorry, I'm able to see out my window right here, and I just saw something move.
Hopefully it wasn't a person because you're 2 stories up or 3 stories.
No, I can see like the backside of the property. I can see down, so I just saw a car drive by. And I think your friends can also, or people can also play as the guards. But it looks pretty cool. They said that it will be ready in 2025 or whenever it's ready.
Or whenever it's ready.
I'm just gonna keep going if that's okay with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am gonna go last, but GOWED is definitely one I'm talking about. And I abbreviated.
Yeah, for Xbox, right?
Yeah.
I'm just talking about the first day, Summer Game Fest, the actual Summer Game Fest.
Oh,
and then I figured we'll get on to the Xbox One in a little bit, because I haven't followed up on the rest of the game announcements since then because I was at Disneyland. The next one that pops up, they did talk about Star Wars Outlaws, which I had typed here. I'm still on the fence on whether or not I want to care about that game.
What's going on
going
with
to
it?
get it and play
I saw
it.
You're both talking at the same time. What's up, Chris?
No, I saw the announcement. I just don't know what the game is all about.
They're classifying it as it's the first open world Star Wars, which I don't feel is true. I guess technically the Jedi Survivor and Jedi Fallen Order, they're not technically open world, but they feel like they're open world.
They're classified as semi-open world.
Yeah, because they give you certain areas, but you can't like go back to them if you wanted to. It's just kind of
so like I'm intrigued, but at the same time I'm just like I don't know. But this next announcement, it got me excited because they said that, these people are from Atlas. And I'm like, oh my God, they're going to announce Persona. They didn't announce Persona. But they did announce it's Metaphor, and I'm really going to butcher this last word, Refantazio. Yeah, Tim, I think whiskey's wanting to mourn with you and is feeling
Yeah,
very left out. So feel free to leave whiskey on your lap. It's okay.
I was planning to. He's being very needy right now. Ever since Oscar fell and broke his back, he's been like this.
Yeah.
Yesterday was really bad.
I am going to continue to roll, and I'm sorry. I just don't want to like focus on it because I'm gonna start crying.
You're good.
Animal losses really affect me.
It's hard.
So, Tears of Metal. Did you hear about that one, Tim?
Tears of Metal. When you start talking about it, I'll remember it. It wasn't one of the ones I think I had marked down, but I feel like I have the trailer playing in my head right now.
So Tears of Metal. Oh, they did announce a new Batman game in VR
Yes.
for the MetaQuest, which I'm a little bit sad that it's just on the MetaQuest, but whatever.
Arkham Shadow.
Yeah. Tears of Metal was revealed. It's a new action adventure using a unique drawn style. It's a roguelike adventure. Will feature co-op and it's going to launch on Steam. But it's like, man, how do I describe it? It's like a 2D, 3D game.
Yeah, it is not ringing a bell for me. The first day of the showcase is a little hazy for me. The part of the showcase I remember like the best, and it's ultimately because it was what I was most hyped for, is definitely the Xbox showcase.
The Xbox showcase, I was unfortunately driving for part of it, so I didn't actually get to see a lot of the things. I did just text you the world premiere trailer, so that way you can at least see what it is. But I am excited about it. It does look very interesting. It is co-op. I don't necessarily know if we'll be playing it together, but it is something I'm excited to give a shot to. This next one really wasn't expecting. Delta Force, the Hawk Ops. So it was based off of actual events, and then it was a movie. There was a game called, or a movie called Delta Force Black Hawk Down.
Oh, I know what game you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah, they're remaking it.
I did not know that. But
Yeah,
I didn't know it was a remake, but I do remember the
so yeah, they're remaking the single player campaign,
that will
which
actually have the Black Hawk Down mission in it.
well, yeah, but it's the actual game follows the events of the movie. And I grew up playing it on PS2, so I got 4 more things to talk about. You want me to just keep rolling?
Keep rolling.
So, not necessarily an announcement, but they did talk about it more. It was Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
That was one I was gonna bring up, so let's discuss it. I'm excited. I'm currently playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 right now on YouTube.
I need to actually finish Kingdom Come Deliverance because here's the exact of what has happened every single time I've played. I start the game. I learn the controls. I get going. I stop for one reason or the other, probably game releases, and I get sidetracked, and I just don't come back to the game for like months. I come back to the game and I load it up and I go, I don't know how to play. So let me just start over on a new save. And so then I start the game over and I'm like, okay, I think I got a better understanding of this. Let me try this way. And I will get to a certain point now playing differently. So I've spent, countless hours. I will stop for one reason or the other. I will step away for a few months, and then I will come back and go, I don't know how to play this game. I need to start the tutorial over again. And then at that point, I'm like, okay, I think I got a good understanding of the game. I'm not going to go back to my previous playthrough. I'm now going to continue this playthrough, and I'm not going to quit. I'm going to keep going. I stopped a few months ago, and I have the game downloaded on my Xbox, and I immediately going, I don't know how to play this. I'm going to have to start fresh, but I don't have time right now.
So for me, the YouTube version that I am playing, I started over. I am on the hardest difficulty. I am going to do the killing because I wanted the hardest difficulty to be the save where Henry does kill. Because there's two ways to play it. You play it as Henry the pacifist or Henry the warrior. You either do what your parents wished and not kill and fight, or you do what you wanted, kill and fight. So I'm making the harder one, the kill and fighting, with all the negative stats built against me. It is fun. It is hard, challenging, but fun, and I hope they bring that back for the
The
sequel.
game itself is super
Hard
challenging, though.
and challenging. Yes. I
Like
still
even
fucking
me
hate
playing on
lockpicking.
easy, yes, even me playing on easy, uh, and I am allowing myself to kill because I'm like, I'm not going to try and be a pacifist.
My first save that I'm about halfway through the game on, I am doing a pacifist run, and it is the hardest fucking thing to do. I have ran and let my allies get killed more times than not.
So, with that being said, the sequel. Now, I am a little bit upset because there is a bit of a spoiler in there in the trailer, and my immediate reaction is, "Wait, I didn't kill that guy?"
Yeah, I know, that's what I said too. I was like, wait, Sigismund is still there? I was like, isn't the whole first game about avenging your family? But I'm excited to see where 2 will take it. I'm excited to see Henry, whether or not he's gonna get his revenge, because I believe the DLC where you get to build your own town is over the remains of your old Scallots, because it was in the trailer. Because I could have sworn in Kingdom Come 2, Scallots, the town that you start in that gets raided in the first game, is shown in 2. Because I recognized
It is
the
shown in 2,
landscape.
but the DLC to rebuild is not Skalitz. It's actually a city in the forest, kind of like north.
Oh no, I'm not that far.
I'm
in
going to
the
be
game
doing
yet.
a modded playthrough to just kind of like get the story. Because right now I'm like, I don't necessarily need the challenge. I just need the story.
I kind of know the story because of the real life history behind the characters. So it's like I know in real life, Sir Radzig, he gets killed going into a town, and a bunch of people essentially betray him and string him and his convoy up. That's the real life thing. No idea if they'll do that in the game, but because yeah, another little thing. Kingdom Come Deliverance is based on real life history of the Roman Empire. No, England. It's based off of history. Check it
We'll just
out.
stop there.
Deep Silver
All right.
did a great job. Check it out.
Moving on to the next game. Otherwise, we're going to be here forever, and I'm sorry. Slitherhead.
Yes, that is another one that I am interested in. One, mainly because it's created by the original creator of Silent Hill.
Yes.
And I love Silent Hill as an IP, and Slitherhead looked very awesome. Do you remember that one, Chris? Because we saw the trailer at your house. It was the one with took place in like Tokyo, and like their heads popped off, and it was like a bunch of weird monsters.
Oh, yeah, that one looks really cool.
I honestly, Slitherhead was one of the announcements that kind of shocked me because I remembered them talking about it on Twitter like a few years ago, and then it kind of just died off with all the Silent Hill hype. I forgot all about it. While David looks through, I'm gonna take a little time to kind of tennis ball it. A game that I know for a fact me and you are both excited for, and you'd be bringing up anyways. Studded 3.
Yeah, but we're not at Xbox yet. We're still going through the first day.
Oh my god, fine, keep going through your first day.
Anyway, two more things. One game, one DLC, and the DLC you're gonna like. The game is called Wonderstop. Both me and my wife are excited about it. It's from the publisher Annapurna, and it looks like you're setting up a kind of like tea shop, and it looked very interesting. And then there's a twist, and there's always a twist.
I think I know
So
which one you're talking about, and it did look interesting.
it's coming to PC and PS5, so we are excited about that one. And then the last thing, which I'm gonna have to be actually doing a playthrough of, is Night Springs. And I have not played Alan Wake 2 yet, so I need to actually do a playthrough of that. All right.
So I guess I'll kick off since you said you had 2 left. So
That was it. I just literally just went over both of them.
So Alan Wake 2's Night Springs expansion I am excited for because in lore universe explanation, those aren't the actual characters from the game. So Jessie, who is the lead character of Control, yes, it is her character model, but I guess in-game explanation for Night Springs is each episode in that DLC is or was a way Alan Wake was trying to escape the dark place. So they were stories he created for the TV show he was a writer on, using people who are also para individuals is I think how it's explained in Control, how people like Alan Wake, Jesse, Sean Ashmore's character in Quantum Break, and in Alan Wake as Officer Beckett, how they're able to interact with AWEs and all that through the story. So it's
yes,
Alan
Wake events.
Yes, or altered world events as it's explained in Control.
Alan Wake events.
Okay, however you want to say it. But yeah, I'm really excited because it brings in Sean Ashmore and his episode, because I did see his episode, his full episode, and I love it. Because there is an IP issue with Quantum Break, which I think you played. I know at one point you owned it.
I own it, never played it.
So in Quantum Break, the whole point of the game is Sean Ashmore's character has this kind of clicker that allows him to go through like different dimensions. So the episode of Night Springs is they're making a game. Or no, they're making a TV series where Sean Ashmore is playing an actor who uses a clicker and goes through like televisions into different dimensions. And it's cool because Sam Lake, who is the head of Remedy Entertainment, has like a little bit in there where they talk about how they had so much fun working together on a game that they can't talk about and stuff like that, but they straight mention the character in the actual like narration of the DLC, because in every dimension Sean Ashmore has a different personality, one of which was, I think his name was Jesse in Quantum Break, and then in Alan Wake he's Officer Beckett, and he can see their lives, and you find out that like Sean Ashmore is in fact a para individual and all that, and he's like going to help Wake, and it was another failed attempt of Wake to try to get him out of the dark place, but it's cool. It's really, really cool. And it also made me realize how much Sam Lake reuses people, because Jessie, who is the main actress for Control, was also the main actress in Quantum Break and is in Alan Wake as well. So it's really cool to see them continue the assets and expand on that lore, that one person is multiple different people throughout different universes. It's cool. I love Alan Wake. I'm a nerd for it.
It's cool.
I love
I've
multiverses.
only ever played the American Nightmare arcade game.
Which
the
is
only Alan
good.
Wake game that I've ever played.
I love it. You can watch me play them all on the YouTube channel. I'm currently streaming Control and recording Alan Wake 2.
No.
Innocent plug. Huh?
No.
No.
I have other things to do with my life. I'm not watching your YouTube channel.
No, I wasn't meaning you specifically. That was innocent plug.
Oh, okay.
But
I'll watch your YouTube videos, Tim.
thank you, Chris. Thank you for being a real friend and
He'll
supporting.
be one of
Brain
your
dead.
views.
He'll be brain dead. Just
No.
I go to pick him up for work and he's comatose on his bed and you just have one of my videos in the background.
So
It's like the Ring.
Chris, we'll move on to the Xbox showcase. I know that you did actually watch part of the showcase. So what's the first game? It doesn't have to be in order. First game that caught your eye when the showcase happened.
Indiana Jones was the big one. Or the Assassin's Creed Shadows, but I'm not the craziest fan of Assassin's Creed. I liked it on PS3, but when I started playing it on PS4, it was pretty much the same thing, just a different story. So I couldn't really. It just felt like the same game that I was playing. So
I understand.
I heard about the Star Wars Outlaws, so that was nice talking about. But the Indiana Jones, the Great Circle, was the one that I was most excited for. Like I said, I'm not.
I saw the trailer with
that-
it with Chris, and Chris was like glued to the screen for that trailer. He
It
was
was
really
Unfortunately
excited.
driving, so I didn't. I still have not actually physically watched the entire thing.
It's good. They do a really good job of like pretty much showcasing the theme. And come on, it's a machine game about killing Nazis. They are the kings at Nazi killing games.
Arc 2 looked pretty good. Me and my buddy Sean played the first Arc game a good bit. We didn't get too far into it, but that was pretty fun. It's really hard. It's really hard. The game is challenging, man. Once you get to having to go out and just explore something other than a tiny beach, so that was cool. So I saw that they had the Arc 2, and what was that one, Tim, where it was the chick riding on the fish's back.
Oh, yeah, it's that new Bayou game. Do I have it right? South of Midnight.
That looked really good. Real interesting.
That one really did. The giant crocodile in the trailer for that was like amazing. They're like, the crocodile is the island. It was cool. It was cool. Another one I'm excited. Les Chris has another one. Let's Chris.
Skull and Bones looked really fun. Was that what it? Yeah, it's the pirate game.
Side note, David, if you ever want to get back into Sea of Thieves, Chris is a fan of Sea of Thieves. We could finally start building a crew instead of trying to take on everybody with just 2 people.
Yeah, I couldn't get into it just by myself.
That's fair. Sorry, I'm going through and I have the picture and I'm crossing out titles that I don't care if we talk about or not. And there's one that I'm, for the life of me, cannot remember what it is.
I am excited that we got a second trailer for Fable. Fable is one of the game franchises that pulled me into Xbox, to be honest, because I love the original trilogy. And I'm really excited to see what they're cooking with this new reboot. And speaking of reboots, I don't know how much of a fan you guys are. I know Chris didn't know about this game at all, so I don't know if you would either, David, but Perfect Dark.
So
I like Perfect Dark Zero.
I had Rare Replay and I had it pop up multiple times and I kept going, it's on my list of games to like play, but I never got to it. And then I was able to hear the trailer, and hearing my wife talk about it and explaining what she's seeing, and for the few little bits that I did see, it looked really cool. And then just before they announced it, I said, I wonder if this is Perfect Dark. And yeah, because I was hearing the agent name, and I'm like, I wonder if that's Perfect Dark. But yeah, so that was one that I was wanting to briefly touch on, that it was something cool.
I also really like that it's not a continuation, but it is a actual reboot. So the other Perfect Dark games, I don't believe are gonna matter to people who want to experience this reboot. Don't quote me on it, 'cause I'm not sure, but it's still cool. I like reboots. I like retellings of games, especially if they do it better, or they actually get creative and do their own story.
What is Expedition 33? Just very briefly remind
It
me.
is a God. So it is kind of, I want to say, like a Soulsborne game,
Oh, then no,
but
don't need to talk about
the
that one.
story looked good. That was one that was on my list to kind of not talk about, but just say I'm excited to see more about it, because the story looks very Death Stranding. It's inspired.
This. Hang on. So call back to our last R&R. I did say I thought we were going to see the new Doom.
Yeah, in which
And
we did.
And we did.
Bro, the gun that grinds skulls to shoot skull shards at enemies, the shield. Chris, do you remember that trailer?
Yeah, no, it's the medieval Doom, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
medieval Doom.
All right, that
The
is
Dark
one of the
Ages.
games that I want to play. Is the reboot for Doom? It does look really fun. So
Have you
that's gonna
played
be
any of the two new Doom games that were the reboot? Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal?
no, not at all.
They are free
I've
on Game
seen
Pass.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of gameplay for it. And it just looks like a kick-ass time just to play those games.
It
So,
is a good
which one should I
brain
start with?
number. 2016.
The 2016 one.
Just
Okay.
Doom.
Just Doom.
Boom.
Because Eternal is a continuation of that story, and then the Dark Ages is going to be a prequel.
Okay.
Yes, because Doom Eternal does, I believe, kind of end the Doom Slayer story.
I don't know. I haven't gotten there yet.
Oh. Spoilers. I have three more that I'm absolutely excited to talk about, but I'm saving those towards the end. I know I've tried to get you guys into the game numerous times, but I'm excited for Elder Scrolls Online's newest expansion, Golden Road. Yep, David's already deterred. With ESO's update as well, we have another Bethesda game, Fallout 76's Skyline Valley, which David and I have gotten a chance to play. Really fun. And the announcement that early next year we'll be able to play as ghouls really took me by surprise and made me really excited for 76's future.
So one that kind of took me by surprise was Life is Strange Double Exposure.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I was just about to say the exact sentence.
So my wife loves Life is Strange, and again, this was something that I was listening to. So I was listening to her surprise, and she was going, "Wait, Square Enix?" She goes, "This kind of looks like Life is Strange," and she's like, "This looks really cool." And then when we heard Max's name, she goes, "Wait, I know Max. Max was from the first game, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." Oh, she's super excited. So I'm gonna be getting that game.
Quick theory about it. I wonder if the two universes she jumps between is the choices of sacrificing Chloe or sacrificing Arcadia Bay. So that way it didn't have to make one of the choices canon.
Could.
So will we potentially see an adult Chloe in the game too? Because I was honestly shocked to find out it wasn't Chloe who died in this one. So it
Yeah,
makes
but at
me
the same time, it did make me laugh. It's like, well, the last time we had a game was she was trying to prevent the death of her friend and ended up dooming a city.
yeah. And being the fact that she swore off to use her powers after that event, it still makes me wonder. I wonder what the canon ending is.
I'm sure we'll know.
Yeah. I'm shocked you haven't mentioned Shattered Space yet. That was a really, really
I'll go ahead and
beautiful.
gotten to it yet.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
there was
sorry.
there was a lot of things that were revealed.
A lot of good things.
Yeah, and one that you did start trying to mention, which was State of Decay 3. I really wish we got a release date for it, but I'm glad that we were able to see a bit more.
Same.
Obviously Shattered Space, I was excited about. That was actually one that I was watching as we were walking out the door to get to the car to go to LA. So I was able to see that one. And then Stalker 2, not a new announcement, but
It's
I
good
am
to see
excited
that
about that
it's coming out finally.
one. And then one last one. I mean, I'm excited about more than this, but one last one that I want to mention was Mixtape. That one kind of caught me by surprise a little bit. I'm like, this looks kind of interesting. This looks like something I would at least give a shot, especially because the company's name is Beethoven Dinosaur. So, I do believe there are 3 more that I know of for sure that are on my list that you would probably want to talk about.
Yep, and I will jump right into that. Well, that's copyright infringement. So obviously, I am extremely excited about Gears of War E-Day, which will be the earliest game in the franchise's timeline. And I'm excited because it's bringing back what they have announced so far is it's going to be Marcus and Dom. It's going to be before their friendship, so they're not going to be close knit buddies like they were in all the other games. And the Gears of War E Day is going to be going back to its horror roots. So the game is going to be a horror game as well, and I am extremely excited for it. And I am extremely excited to go through it with my actual brothers to the end. My Gears of War bros, like Cobra and everybody else. Cobra, Brian, both Brians that are in the group. I'm excited. Very, very excited. The next game that was announced today, which I was very shocked to see that it had a name change, was Dragon Age Veilguard. I am semi excited that they're taking away the open world uh gameplay that was of Inquisition, and they're going to be going back to kind of the semi open world where it's going to be multiple places with just big mapped areas. Um I'm excited that they are continuing off of where Inquisition leaves off with the Dread Wolf Solus kind of doing a end of the world apocalypse for what he believes is the right thing. I am a little bit sad that they are not importing saves. So, from what I understand and what was talked about, is you have to recreate your Inquisitor, and you're going to be remaking some choices and like a dialogue thing.
Yeah,
Um,
but also I can understand why they might be doing that because the uh oh god, what was it called?
Dragon Age Keep,
The keep, yeah,
the website that they had to keep track of all your
yeah,
choices was very
it
finicky.
it was finicky, but also there was a lot to keep track, and if you didn't like upload your save data or like remember, okay, yeah, I made this decision. Oh, I didn't actually have that DLC, so okay, I am kind of having to guesstimate. I understand.
I understand too, but it's for me specifically putting in the hours that I have on YouTube doing this saga in preparation for Veilguard, or formerly Dreadwolf. It makes me just kind of sad because now I'm really hoping like my story isn't going to be fucked up for my world.
Right.
So hopefully they'll
Of
have a
like
version
oh, well,
of
this is
Keep.
canon now, and
Yeah. Outside of that, the other game that I am excited for, which I don't know why I'm looking at your list of games for it, but Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. I am very excited for it. The game looks absolutely beautiful. I am loving the fact that you can switch between the old game controls and the newer dynamic game controls. The fact that you actually will have wear and tear, you can mend your clothes and fix your clothes, but if you get shot, stabbed, scraped up, whatever, it is going to reflect on Snake's body. He could be bruised, like really battered. So it's going to really emphasize something that made the original Snake Eater good, with having to maintain Snake's health in a way that was very unique and pivotal for the game at that time. And I'm really excited to see how they're going to upgrade and change that by literally making it to where, you know, Snake is going to be able to be bruised if he got beaten up. He's going to have cuts and wounds, infections, stuff like that. Your clothes are going to get muddy, dirty, torn through just regular wear and tear of crawling through the very dense and beautifully populated jungle. They have newer things for actual hunting and survival. They're making it more survival based, where you have to eat and everything to keep your stamina and all that up. It looks very good. And it's a shocker because I don't want to give Konami like the credit and everything because the whole Kojima debacle, but I am genuinely really excited to see how Konami is going to bring about the reboot to a very beloved franchise.
so looking on the website, it does say that they're going to be using Unreal Engine 5.
Yep.
I don't think that there is an announcement date yet.
There is no date as of yet. But
As of 3 days ago, there was the retail pre-orders were available, and there's a camo shoulder bag that is a pre-order as well.
yeah, I'm gonna throw it in the group chat real quick, but if y'all look at the group chat, you guys could see the 2 pre-order bonuses for Metal Gear as well as the collector's edition of Alan Wake 2. And I'll have them in the vidcast version of the podcast for people to see as reference. But when I get my paycheck, I am definitely jumping in to see how much it will cost if there is still pre-orders available for pretty much Metal Gear's collector, the Alan Wake collector, and if I still can get the Assassin's Creed Shadow, which I'm very unoptimistic about Assassin's Creed Shadow because it was announced a while ago, but you know,
Yeah,
it would look very
the
beautiful next to my Ezio
shoulder bag
Auditore.
is $69.99, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah, but I'm really, really wanting the collector's edition that comes with like the statue of the shoulder bag stuck in the tree and it has Snake crouched in a bush.
Yeah, no, I see that.
I really wish they came with game guides. I really miss when video games released game guides for their games.
Yeah, I think.
But outside of that, I think that is everything on my part that they announced at the Summer Game Festival that I'm excited for.
Yeah, I know that there was other games that were talked about at other events, and I feel bad that
Outer Sloth, the people who made Among Us, did make a really big announcement that I think is really good, and they're using the money they've made through Among Us to fund other indie studios. And it's Outer Sloth, which I think is the organization that they're using to do the funding for, and I think that is
yes.
absolutely and 100% amazing. of the people who made Among Us to do that for other indie developers. That is a beautiful part of the gaming community there. And I'm excited for the Among Us TV show with Patton Oswalt. That was another announcement that really got me giddy and happy. And seeing Sydney Goodman return for IGN. I don't know if you guys pay attention to IGN News or follow Sydney Goodman, but it was really, really cool to see her back for IGN.
No, I don't particularly follow that one.
But yeah,
We need you back.
That is everything in my opinion for my talk through. I got through all my main stuff.
Yeah, I think we about hit everything that we were needing to. Sorry, GameSpot put out a list of all the games that are releasing this year, and so I'm just looking through and seeing if there's any that are releasing that I didn't know was releasing.
If Chris, if you have anything else you'd like to add, I know we kind of kept skipping over you a bit. Is there anything else you're excited for, buddy?
We pretty much talked about it all. There was nothing else that I could think about that
All
I was
right.
excited for.
I highly recommend everybody who is listening in or watching to check out the Summer Game Festival announcements and all that. Check out the trailers. There is a lot of really cool things in development that are coming out. Let us know in the comments below if there's something you guys are excited for, or you would love to either see myself at Ryunn Eldred or all of us at NerdgazmicGoodfellas play that was announced. We will actively wait for the comments and all that. Check the description down below to be taken to all of our URLs, our social medias, and Mr. BossFoss's GoFundMe to help him raise the funds to get a computer to help out with the editing and all of his side projects and his wants and interests that he would love to pursue. Hit the bell icon to be notified if you guys are watching on the Ryunn Eldred YouTube channel to be notified when other videos come back, and we will look forward to seeing you in the next episode of R&R. Unless you have something you want to add. No?
I'm just begging you to the camera.
Oh, okay. We're begging you. Toodaloo, everybody.